Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be bleeding the brakes and I'm going to be showing you how to do it the easy way. Let's go and take a look.
Are you listening? Damn.
Right then. For many years, man, woman and beast have been bleeding their brakes the hard way. Pump, pump, pump and hold and then crack and then release. It takes two people, and it was only last week that I replaced all of the brake and clutch fluid on the Audi, and I thought, why am I doing this the awkward way? And I went and bought myself this, which is hopefully going to make it a one-man job and make it a hell of a lot easier and maybe even quicker. Let's have a look what's inside the magic box. I have bought myself a vacuum pump. Lovely job. Right then, we have got a little reservoir, a lid, and we've got a selection of hoses to go onto our bleed nipples and a pump. So in theory we can now open bleed nipple and simply suck the fluid through. So the days of pump, 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 build up pressure, release, nipple are gone. We can just undo nipple, suck through fluid into cup until we get pure, clean fluid, and that is that. Happy days. We've got a vacuum pump, we're all good, we're ready to go, and as you know, on our Austin Healey we have new lines, new fittings, new calipers seals, new master cylinder for the clutch, new slave cylinder for the clutch, new servo, new brake master cylinder, new rear wheel cylinders, new lines, so everything is brand new. There's not an ounce of fluid in there. We've got a new reservoir as well. So we've got ourselves some Automec .5 brake fluid, the most advanced clutch fluid and brake fluid ever formulated. Sounds really cool. But a good thing is it won't take off the paint. So I'm just going to go and pour some on the car just to double check. I'm joking, I'm not. Don't worry, Dad, I'm not going to pour brake fluid all over the car. We're going to quickly tighten up all of our unions on the clutch and the brake side just to double check that they're all nipped up nicely, and then in theory pour in some nice new fluid, get our pumper on the closest brake line to us, and then pump out and then work to the next one and the next one and the next one, and then do the clutch, and then in theory apply brake pedal. Should have a nice firm pedal, and it's one more job done on the car. Let's go and quickly check they're all tightened up, and then we'll go from there. That's all of those tightened up. Now I did leave a few of them finger tight, but I was probably just doing that to keep myself on my toes. So they're now all tight, and let's quickly pop over and see what we're doing next. Now we have obviously got a twin entry or twin exit reservoir because we, as you may well know if you have seen our previous videos, are running a hydraulic clutch on our BM1, and if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go and watch it. Now then, fluid will come in and then it will feed the two master cylinders, and then what we're going to do is we shall do the brake first. Now I'm in two minds as to whether with no fluid in there whatsoever, I mean obviously it's going to be different if you're just changing fluid, sucking out the old, putting in the new, but this is full of air. Now we're running a servo, and if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go and watch it. So we're relying on the fluid coming down the reservoir into the master cylinder, out the master cylinder, up to the servo, out the servo, down, and then all the way round to our little distribution block, and then it'll obviously come out of there to front brake, rear brake, and then main line down the car to the splitter at the back, and then it'll go to our two cylinders. Quick update. Now then, I've just popped the lid off, and inside it would appear that we've got this other tube. Now I know it's not to separate fluids because they're a common fluid, but I would argue that that is so that if you are maybe losing fluid, you can see where it's losing from, because you'll obviously top the smaller one up and then the larger one up separately, and then you can see if you're losing fluid. However, the smaller one is going to the brakes at the moment, and the larger one is going to the clutch. Now then, let's apply a little bit of logic. The clutch is a very small system. It comes down, it goes to the clutch, job done. The brakes is a much larger system, so I would say the brakes should be the larger reservoir and the clutch should be the smaller reservoir. So that means my law of averages, 50-50 chance of getting it right. I got it wrong. So I'm going to undo these two bottom unions, undo this one, swizz it round 180 degrees, connect them back up, and then we can put some fluid in it. Right then, we have a reservoir full of fluid, and now it should, subject to it not kind of airlocking over the top of the servo. If it all goes this great, it would be amazing. Right, undo that one there. Fit pump. And then I think we said just pump until the fluid comes through, didn't we? Oh, well bugger me, there he is. We have an element of fluid coming through there. Very airy, as you'd expect. There we go. Right. That is by no means done, but we have had fluid through, so we've cleared, I would argue, an airlock that there would have been up round the servo and back down and then round to the distribution block and round. So I think we'll go round to the other side, do the same, and if we can get an element of fluid in all four of the bleed points, then we should be at the point where we can go back round and then we can bleed them through for a final time. Good stuff. Back round to the second one on the system, because obviously you come at the distribution block and then you've got the shortest line over to the UK driver's side, and then the next shortest line is the UK passenger side. So pop that one on there, and then there we go. Very aerated, but that is a lot more consistent fluid wise than what we had over the other side. That is lovely. Right then, that's still got a lot of vacuum in it, and the beauty of it holding a bit of vacuum is as you're tightening it up, you're in no rush of pushing air back in. You run no risk of pushing air back in because you're under constant, just nip that one up, there we go, you're under constant vacuum, so it's constant pull all the time. So now we'll go to the back of the car, there we go, just check our reservoir and then we'll do the back. Same procedure for the rear, he's undone, that one's going on there. And then suck through that little leg of air. The beauty of there being a little bit of old fluid in the line, well, new old fluid from the other side, is you can actually see that bit of old fluid being sucked through. And then I'm hoping, I mean obviously we've got to go the full length of the car, still got a bit of vacuum there, so we'll suck that all the way through, and we're sucking that leg of air through to the back. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. Massively aerated, but as you'd expect, because it's literally the first time it's ever been through. Bit of work out in itself, this is. See, that is dropping off quite quickly then, isn't it? There you go. That is fluid. Right. Get that one tightened up. Right, round to the next one. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you round to the fourth side and then back to the front, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the last rear brake, and then I'm going to go back to the first brake, then the second, then the third, then the fourth, and I'm going to keep going until I'm happy that I've got aerated fluid coming through, and then I'll show you how the pedal feels. Now then, there's a pedal there. Oh, what a result. Happy days. So there we go. Brakes bled, nice firm pedal, and it all went really well. I'm going to pop off and do the clutch now, which is the same as the brakes, so you don't need to see that. Now, £10.99 this cost, which is a bit of a bargain considering it's made it a one-man job, it's made it super quick and super easy. Now a little update on why I'm not holding the flywheel and showing you what's happened to that. Our machinist has been unwell this week, so we're waiting on him, unfortunately. I'm hoping early next week the flywheel will come back repaired. I'll show you what's happened. That'll go on the car, then the clutch, then the gearbox, then the dashboard, turn the key. We're very close as always. I know we're always close, but we're super close now, I promise. And also a little bit of news today. I've been away working on our next mini project car. It's not a mini, but it is a project car. Now then, what can I tell you about this car, which is going to be coming when the Healy goes away for paint? Because we'll have an empty garage, small window of time, so something nice and quick and easy and fun to come in and do. It is mid-engined, the engine is iconic, it's JDM, and it's about as old as Lee Gammon. So it's still an old car, but it's a very cool car, just like you, Lee. As always guys, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from us, don't forget to subscribe. I really don't know why I keep counting on my fingers like this. Have a wonderful week. Take care of yourself. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.